The question, I guess, would be what is essential Aristotle in terms of ethics, morality? Essential. If I say I understand or I have some sense of Aristotle ethics, what would I say? What would that statement be like? We should know that Aristotle is what we call a virtue ethicist. He thought that if you want morality in the world, it had to do something intrinsically with the person. Prior to Aristotle, you have to have some understanding of Socrates, because Aristotle is a Socratic philosopher. That is, his view of reality really begins with Socrates, which then filters into Plato, and then Aristotle put on his version. Okay? So in terms of knowledge and reality, these philosophers, Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, they're related. Okay? Socrates had proposed the idea that if you had knowledge, this transcendental knowledge, the knowledge of the form, you would act morally. That's all you need to bring morality in the world. Many people argue that's not enough. You could have knowledge and not act on it. Aristotle begins his quest for morality right along the same line. Okay? And so his idea is that, yes, knowledge is not enough. Cognitive knowledge, the idea of knowledge. So what you have to do is acquire, you still need knowledge, but now you must practice till second nature. So Aristotle did this analysis of human nature, and he said humans are rational and habitual. That is, yes, we can reason, but reason alone is not enough to get us to the moral life. We also must engage our habitual nature, our tendency to do things out of habit. Anything that we do, we engage in, okay? We do it again and again and again. After a while, it becomes easier and easier and easier, and soon it's a habit, okay? Habits which are positive, that I appreciate, that I like, are called virtues. Those habits that are not appreciated, that are not liked, are called vices. So Aristotle thought that once we figure out these moral rules, whatever they are, we have to practice them and 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 practice until they become second nature. Once we can secure that an act is second nature, we just do it out of habit. That act of acting from your previously acquired nature is called the moral act. Okay, let's say truth telling. You tell the truth sometime, you lie sometime. Okay, now you want to have the virtue of truth telling. So you recognize truth telling is a good thing, so you start telling the truth again, 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 to become second nature. You do it out of habit. So now someone asks you a question, and you respond in what way? In a truthful way. That moment is moral. Prior to this moment, when you was acting from your previously acquired virtues, your act wasn't moral. For a person to really act moral in Aristotle's world, you have to act from previously acquired virtues. Anything before that time is practice, is training. Not a bad thing, but it is training. So, if I want to say the essence of Aristotle's theory is that he really recognized the need for having knowledge of the morally right thing to do. But what's more important is that you act on that particular thing until it becomes second nature. It becomes a creative character. And then, when you act from your creative character, you're acting morally.